It has been quite crazy, guys. So if it's a little dark in here, it's simply because I was running out of time. So I'm going to need to turn on one of the other lights. But been a crazy week here. We want to kind of get into some things and discuss why you're not actually seeing a review tonight. I am going to try to my best to get that up and going tomorrow night. But let me put this over on the stand and we can actually get into the meat and potatoes of what took place. It's so dark I can't even see. That helps a little bit, but it's actually quite dark in here. So I want to go over who all is in the chat. I see Jerry, Devastator. We got Ted Talks Guitars. Who else we got? Pentagore. Funny Honey's in here. Jupe. And I believe that's all that I see posted. It says 8. But what ended up happening, guys, this is one of my longest reviews. And if you watch YouTube, most people post 15 to 25 minute videos. And that's tops. And they might do one video, maybe 2 videos a week. This one review right now is at 2 hours and 5 minutes. And I'm on Final Thoughts. And the amount of time that it takes to edit a review like this is just, I always forget how much time it actually takes to completely disassemble a guitar, go over every aspect of the guitar, then reassemble a guitar. And we actually did some repairs on this guitar when we reassembled it, and I shot video of that. And then I actually shot 2 demo sections. I shot a demo section of the guitar before I took the neck off, before I took the factory strings off. I wanted to give a good representation of the guitar from it in its factory form before I put new strings on it. So there's a secondary demo before Final Thoughts of after I put the guitar back together and re-intonated it. So it looks like the video is going to be 2 hours and 5 minutes. Now I want to qualify something. The video is not done. So I still have about 10 minutes of video file. The good news is I only turned my head like 3 times during this part of the shoot. And when I shoot with multiple cameras, sometimes I forget. And I'll look at this camera, and then I'll look at that camera, and I'll look at this camera. So I change angles. It looks really funny if I'm talking to you like this. I'm not, there's no eye contact. Sometimes if it's really brief, I'll do that. Now, on the live stream, you'll see that I look like this a lot. That's because from the cameras right here, my monitor is literally right there. It's right next to the camera. So I always try to look at the camera, but I'm also trying to look at where I'm at in my feed. So that might be in the live streams while I'm not looking directly at you at sometimes. But in the video, I always try to look at the camera. And I find myself doing that a lot. And I get a lot of comments, man, you're making my head hurt because you keep changing angles. So I always try to subconsciously remember to speak into this camera for X amount of time, pause, and then speak into the next camera. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just yapping away, and I turn my head as I'm talking. When I do that, I have to do a fade as I'm talking, and that becomes a critical nightmare to make look right. Not only am I really picky at reviewing guitars and setting up guitars, but I'm really picky at my videos. Now I know when I did the Firefly review, there were some tremendous video errors. Um, my computer's very well. I built it to do AutoCAD, and that's kind of what I do. I do AutoCAD and CNC programming and stuff. So for video editing, this computer is the exact opposite of what I would build for video editing, because CAD needs a lot of MEG and a lot of graphics processing from modeling, and CAD only uses one core. So I built a 4-core 4.2 gigahertz, which at the time was the fastest processor speed, but only at 4-core. There was no sense in building an 8-core or 16. AutoCAD uses one core. So I wanted the fastest processor on that single core. I could have bought a 3.5 at the time, 8-core or 16, but it was slower because I wasn't going to use the other cores. In video editing, I need the cores. And this 4-core computer just is not cutting it. So if I'm watching a 30-second clip, it'll actually take about 45 seconds to 50 seconds for my computer to play it, especially if I have 3 layers of video underneath of it. Now you might not see the 2 layers under it, but it's still active. So it still has to process that layer even though it's not there. 2 layers, it does okay. As soon as I put the overhead on, forget about it. It make and then it'll and it'll sit and repeat like the first syllable of a word 30 times, and then it'll move forward a little bit. So it takes a lot of time. First of all, I want to apologize to everyone. I said I was going to have the review done, and you can ask Linnell. I've been working at work and then coming home and working till about 11:30 every night on the video, and then turning around and getting up at 4:30 and 4:45 in the morning to go to work, coming home, eating, and literally just processing content. And the past 2 weeks have just been really hard on me. And that's probably why the channel has slowed down so much, because I didn't want to put out substandard videos. I mean, all my reviews continuously got better, and what I found in the end was the amount of time and the resources it took to do content like that was kind of crazy. I continue to do it just because I love doing it. It has nothing to do with YouTube itself, because YouTube hates long content. YouTube wants to be like TikTok. There's already TikTok and other things like that. YouTube needs to concentrate on being YouTube, and long content is long content. But the next problem is YouTube considers 25-minute videos long content. In this little squirrel brain, I see that as a short. A 25 to 35 to 40-minute video, if you look at my videos, 80% of them are an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 minutes. So I have never really went to the YouTube AI gods to appease them, if that makes sense, because if you don't do what the AI system wants, you better have top quality video, because it's really going to kick you square in the you know what. It doesn't want that, and unless people really click into that in the first 4 or 5 hours that it's up, you're pretty much toast. After 24 hours, the AI system drops you whether you're doing good or not. That's just how it is. That's why channel growth has really been stunned since I started doing the live streams. And talking to some other channels about that I feel do really good review content, they all did what I did. And they all pretty much said the exact same thing. YouTube's going to penalize you for live. If you know, unless you have 60,000, 50,000 subscribers, the live is going to kill you. YouTube is going to eat you alive, and that's what it's going to do. And I have noticed that. I went from an average of 79 subscribers a month, you know, doing long format, which is against YouTube. That YouTube doesn't like it, down to about now 20. And the problem with about 20 or 25, I'm losing 10 a month since I started doing the lives. The channel growth was like this. Now it's pretty much leveled off. And let me qualify, I don't really care about that. I want to find the people that hit the sub button that actually likes this kind of content. I don't want someone going in and going, okay, I'll sub. I don't need that. I mean, I see these other channels and they got 40,000, 50,000 subscribers. How many of those subscribers are actually watching that channel? Or did they just hit the sub button and you go to that person's channel that hit sub, and they've subbed, they've got 2,000 subs channels. There's no way they're watching that content. A lot of the content I'll call BS on YouTube is exactly that. It's just BS. Because there's no way that many people, when you see a channel that's got 40,000 or 50,000 subs and they're only getting 1,000 views on a new video a day, nah. If you have 30,000 subs and they're dedicated subs, you should get at least 10% to 20% of those subs in the first 24 hours watch that video. And I would say within the first 4 days, 50%. And that's not what you see. And start paying attention. Any channel, pick a channel, and look at when they put out a video versus their sub rate, and look at it. A lot of it is just BS, if that makes sense.
Jude wants to know if your thumbnail in the beginning is Shenandoah.
No, the thumbnail is a picture of Sweetwater. We took a trip up to Sweetwater, and when we were there, it was just a little bit different than that photo. That photo was taken from the Sweetwater site. When I was there, if you look at the photo, they had a small section of amps on the right that had grown and taken up the whole wall. And it's a mirror image. When you walk in the double doors of the guitar room, the two walls do this, and then it opens up, and then they have glass. Well, where the glass ends, there's about a 10-foot wall on both sides. That's where they put amps. I didn't plug into any of those amps because between the guitar room and the bass room, there's 3 little studios in there with amps. And literally, it's almost soundproof. You can pick a guitar off the wall, you can go in that little room, shut the door, and just, when I say crank it, they let you just turn it up. And I stuck my head out a couple times. I'm bugging. No, you're fine. Just play what you want to play. You're in that little room. You can turn it up. That's where I practiced or demoed all the guitars that I played up there. And I played a Schecter, 2 or 3 Schecter Reapers, 2 or 3 Super Shredders, 2 or 3 other guitars. I actually had put the Schecter Reaper on will call. Okay, when I took the guitar out, they brought me 2, and I picked the best one because they didn't have the Sun Valley Super Shredder I wanted. I wanted the Telecaster one with the Floyd Rose, the EMG pickup, and the Sustainiac in it, and they didn't have any. And that's really what I went up to get. I wanted that Telecaster with a Floyd. I mean, if you're going to commit sacrilege, it's like a Gibson Les Paul with a Floyd Rose. Just go all out. Put a banana headstock on it. Put a Floyd Rose in it and still call it a Les Paul. When you take a Telecaster and you put a Floyd in it and a Sustainiac, that is just smacking everyone that likes the Telecaster in the face. It's not what you think.
Jerry said, dang it, Avery, almost had him believing you had a secret guitar bunker under the basement.
I wish. if you haven't been to Sweetwater, guys, now granted, I do say support your local store, but Sweetwater, it's just cool up there, and you can take the family up. When we went up, there's a thing called Fort Range Children's Zoo, and it's called the Children's Zoo, but there's so much there to see and do. And they should just drop the children name off of it because it's a big zoo. All kinds of stuff to see. We spent a day at the zoo, and when I say we spent all day there, we were all day, and I won't say we rushed through it, but you're hard pressed to see the whole zoo and walk through it casually and really take in everything in one day. And I will say that as well with Sweetwater. If you get there when they open and you really walk through that place, and we're all musicians. If you walk through there, you're going to be there over a day. And that's why they have a hair salon, a massage parlor. They got everything upstairs. There's a full staff doctor office there. In case someone gets sick or something happens, there's a doctor there. If they're open, the doctor's there. The salon is there for the women that can go up. They got a full food court with all kinds of food, tables that you can sit and eat. So it's like a mall, and that's how they have it laid out. They've got the guitar store, then the bass store, then an amp store, then the used store, then the pianos, then keyboards, then live sound reinforcement room. Then on the other side, when you walk in the main door, the food court's directly in front of you, and the mall is to the right. Well, to the left is all the recording studios and the sound rooms and the concert area. We didn't even get to any of that. We didn't get to any of that. We didn't really even get to the food court.
They have all their YouTube influencer meeting thingies upstairs.
Ha! A Ted with the hair salon. That's for the. I mean, they didn't we take Woofy in there? Didn't they allow us to take Woofy in? Yeah, you can take your damn dog in with you. We had our pet, this little guy right here, a little monster. You know, he's a good dog, but he was on a leash. He has a little orange helper vest on, and I mean, I can't think of another music store that you could do that. That you could go in, order dinner, or go into they got a coffee where you can get like all the fancy coffees, sit down with the family, bring your dog. I mean, it's just, I can't even explain it. It's something that you have to go and do. And like I said, if you take the family, spend a day there and spend a day at the Fort Wayne Children's Zoo. And there's tons of other things to do. Fort Wayne's a big city. So I'm sure if you Googled it, there's 50,000 other things to do up there other than that. But that's what we did. We spent, it was like 2.5, 3 days up there. But yeah, if you have the opportunity to go up.
Jim wants to know, has anyone seen the new, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Enya Inspire budget guitar that just came out?
Yeah, the Enya stuff, I have not reviewed an Enya. I hear mixed results on them. I hear the carbon fiber acoustic guitar is stupid good. They've got a couple guitars.
Backwood Billy's on.
Hey, Backwoods Billy, he finally made it to a stream. Good to see you, my man. And we keep missing you. You say you missed the stream, you're going to watch it later. I'm glad you made it in to at least catch a little bit of this one. And now I don't even remember what I was talking about. Billy got me all off on a tangent. But, but Shenandoah Music, I'm going to have to call them tomorrow because I had told them to put the guitar on the floor on Friday. Guys, I want to be honest with you again. I've got about another hour's work. Now, my computer will take about 7 to 9 hours to process that video. Then I have to watch it. And if there's an error in the video, It will not be Friday.
Ted wants to see the white guitar in the chair.
Ted wants to see the white guitar in the chair.
He wants to see the Squire whitewash telly.
That's not a telly. That's a. I don't know why
Well,
the blower keeps running on the house, guys. Let me try to cut it off.
you can't really see it. The knobs and stuff.
I don't know. My furnace has been acting up, guys. I cut it off when we started the stream and the blower's still running.
Back when Billy said he was here last week,
Is this the guitar you wanted to see? Now this one has the ash body. I don't know if it's got the really. It's almost like the sandblasted grain in the white.
No, he wants to see the whitewash. Isn't that the one you sent Juke, the one you had in the post?
Oh, the Jupe just bought the whitewash, the one with the like the Ibanez looking one. Jupe in the chat ended up buying that guitar. So any questions, Ted, that you have about that guitar, you can direct them to Jupe, because now he has it. I think it was probably the best out of the box guitar I've received from Firefly. The next two from Firefly was the purple LP and the purple Strat.
You're gonna have to take that whitewash thing out of your post.
Out of my what?
Out of your post.
I can't hear you.
You're gonna have to take it out of your post. You posted a couple guitars.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that one is sold, so I have to take that one out of the post. I was wondering where he was getting that from. Yeah, that one's gone. But this one is still here. And this one was never reviewed. I actually forgot this guitar was here. This guitar has been here for over a year. And I completely forgot it was here. It was in the box. I ordered this guitar along with the Relic Firefly SSS. And neither one of those guitars actually got reviewed on the channel. We went through a big buying spurt, and I had purchased too many guitars to review. That's when the reviews kept getting more. Everyone kept asking for more and more content. What's this? Can you add this to the review? So the reviews started taking longer, and I believe this one just slipped between the cracks. But it's a typical Ash Firefly. It's on the heavy side. Yeah, it's all the Ash guitars from Firefly are definitely heavy. I'm gonna say that this guitar is probably mid eights as far as weight. Let me get my scale. We'll figure it out.
He said he'd email you later. He said he's talking about the Squire Telly.
The Squire Telly. Hold on. Let me weigh this one. So it looks like it's about 3,950 grams. Yeah, 8 pounds, 11 ounces. So she's a porker. An 8 pound, 11 ounce Strat. I mean, that's that's Les Paul weight. I can't hear you with that blower on. It won't cut off.
I think he's talking about you have a Squire whitewash telly on here. Needs work, needs repair.
I can't hear you. The furnace blower, guys, will not cut off.
He wants to see the one that you says needs work, needs refretted or buy a net.
Oh, yeah. There's a white Squire whitewash. Where is that guitar? I think it's downstairs. I can go down and get it.
That's the one he wants.
Yeah, give me a second and I'll go down and get the guitar. It definitely needs some work. Okay. So here's the guitar in question. And I bought this guitar as a project guitar because it has hot rodded electronics. The drawback is it needs to be modified a little bit to get the electronics right. So first of all, you can see it has a push, but look at how far the knob is sticking out of the guitar. And the reason for that is the potentiometer is all the way down into the bottom of the route. So the push is too tall for the route. That was done by the previous owner. So what I was going to do is I was going to route it deeper to fix that. I don't remember what pickups these were, but I remember looking them up and they were like $250 just for the pickups and this electronic thing. So it was a set. It's like $250. It's like Texas Toast or something. Some kind of Texas pickup. It has the brass saddles already in it. But I mean, in reality, the frets really aren't that bad. I'm just being picky. So here's the frets. So basically, I wanted to see if I could take a conventional fret, okay, and do a conversion without removing the frets and turn them into ball end frets, which I did do. But most people aren't going to like it. That's why I'm going to say it needs to be refretted to be back to stock. But if you look,
Ted says on their sharp when you're
no, they're not sharp. They're not worn down. I converted the frets to ball end frets. Okay, this was the first guitar I ever did that to. So I did not remove the fret. I taped off the fret and pried it and ball end fret, detailed the fret while the fret was still on the guitar. I did a pretty good job for my first attempt at converting a fret like that. But if you want a conventional fret, you will have to refret the guitar. And the guitar has been played. I did re-level the frets and polish them. You can see they're shiny. But the guitar was played. It's got wear marks down the neck here, where it has been played. I haven't. It's way out of tune. I haven't played this guitar in a long time. It's been here for a tremendous amount of time. In actuality, some of these, they have really nasty body lines where one piece of wood will be a lot darker than the other one. This one actually isn't that bad. This is the whitewash. But if you go on Sweetwater and look at these, and you'll see some of them will just have like a dark piece. And that's the way the whitewash reacted to the body. But yeah, I always said I was going to go through and really the only thing you need to do is reroute this pocket to get this push down further and get another knob for it. The tuners are so-so, they're stock tuners, but that's really all it needs. And probably new strings, because these strings are God knows how old. Weight on this one. I don't know why the furnace won't cut off. Weight on this one is Well, this one's a porker too. 8 pounds 9 ounces for a Telecaster. So she's got some weight. That's kind of heavy for a Tele. Yeah. What did I just say? Ted just say. I know you guys are behind me. 8 pounds, 8.8 ounces. Yeah, she's a porker, and you can see the conch stripe there. This was actually one of those guitars I always wanted. I wanted this white wash Squire, and when I found this one, I was going all over the place, and this one just had some character because of the neck, and it's not bad. Let me show you here. I guess you might be able to see it. It's been played. You can see there's some wear marks. He played a lot right in here. Probably country. See those spots right there? From here to about right here. She's worn pretty good. But in a lot of ways you can feel the difference from like here to here. It's like naturally rolled from being played. So it's got that broken in feel. I have too many projects going on.
Oh, it is off.
Yeah, turn it back on and then turn it off. Or turn the heat up or do. We can't figure out the furnace. We have an Ecobee, and it has just went crazy. It won't turn off the blower, then the blower won't cut on, then the heat won't cut on, then the air conditioner, and then when it does cut on, it won't cut off. So right now, it's decided not to cut off. So we don't know what it's doing. It did this the other live stream. It took it like 10 minutes to cut off, but it's still running. But there's that one. It does need a home. It has the Wilkinson upgraded antiqued tailpiece with the solid brass saddles. And I want to say these are the Fender Texas pickups. I know they're Fender pickups. I want to say they're the Fender Texas something
I put it on
pickups.
15 minutes, hopefully it'll cut off.
If anyone has an idea what that could be, that he upgraded this guitar to was the Fender, some kind of Fender Texas pickup with the push. So in reality, if you bought, I think this guitar is like $400, and then I think this pickup set's like $250. So, like I said, I've already done the fret level and stuff on it. The reason I need refrets, people buying this instrument probably want a conventional fret. So I have converted this guitar to ball-end fret. So if you don't mind ball-end frets, then this might be the only Squire Telecaster in the world with ball-end frets on it. That's a true Squire, not a fake Squire that someone put Squire on it. But it is a ball-end fret guitar now. And you can see how shiny the pickups are. I mean, not the pickups, the frets. So I mean, if you're interested in it, Ted, just send me an email. We'll work something out on it. It needs a home where it could live again. And it does have a really good sound to it. The pickups in it are amazing. So I wouldn't change the electronics. Or if you want to strip it and you've got a Telecaster that you really, really love, you could pull the electronics out of this, stick it in the other Tele, because I remember when I looked at it, these pickups were what the higher end Fenders had or something, is what I was told. I would look back Yeah, just send me an email. The one Firefly is still down there. I was kind of waiting for people to give me an idea. You know, if I'm going to do a giveaway to somebody that can't afford a guitar, the Barry Burst one probably isn't the guitar to do, because someone learning doesn't need a Floyd Rose. That's probably the worst guitar to learn on. But I do have the guitar and it needs work. So I'm actively looking for someone to just take the guitar. And I need everyone's input on what I should do with it. I don't need a penny for the guitar. I bought it for review, did a review on it, and it needs a locking nut at the top, because the EA locking nut right here on the EA, this is stripped. So it needs a locking nut, and the tremolo will not stay in tune. If you touch the bar, it goes out of whack. The knife edges are, they're horrible. Could you fix it? Yes, you could take the bridge off the guitar. If you follow my tremolo tune-up video with the drill bit and the sandpaper, you could clean it up and get it to perform okay. But if someone knows someone that maybe needs a guitar that's mechanically inclined, I'm willing just to ship it to them. You know, maybe everyone can throw in a couple dollars that, you know somebody that wants it, and it's sometimes it's weird. Sometimes I can ship stuff for $40, and then sometimes I think it's the box size. I'm starting to realize the box size makes a big. I just sent something to Jupe, and it was $100 to send something to Jupe, and I had already boxed it, and I wanted to make sure it was safe getting to him, so I didn't want to take it back out of the box and put it in a little box. So this guitar, I'll just put it in the factory Firefly box, and it shouldn't be over $45 to send it to somebody. But any recommendations, you all can leave them down in the comment section if you know somebody that needs a guitar. That it's not perfect, guys. Go and watch the review. The guitar is exactly how it was at the end of that review. It's playable right now. If you don't need a Floyd, just unlock the lockers and tune the guitar, and don't touch the Floyd Rose, or block the Floyd Rose. Put a block in it, put strings on it, and just play the you-know-what out of it. That might be the best thing, but I'm up for anyone that wants to, know somebody. It needs to go to someone that needs something, that maybe lost the guitar, or lost their guitar and is mechanically inclined, that's going to play it, that isn't going to fix it and resell it. Someone in need. That's the thing.
Jerry wants to know what the spread on the post is.
I cannot hear you.
Jerry wants to know what the spread on the post is. I think
The spread on the poster?
on the post.
The spread.
This question.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Read Jerry's question.
What is the spread on the post?
Of the guitar.
Oh, it's typical Floyd Rose, Jerry. I was wondering what it's. So a Floyd Rose or a Goth will fit. Either one. And so it doesn't use the Kahler. So the 1997 or 1998 Goth, whatever that is, will fit it. And any Floyd Rose, anything that's Floyd Rose compatible, the Floyd Rose clones. Music Lily actually makes a pretty good Floyd Rose clone. So you could probably get like a Music Lily bridge for $50 and put in it. The locking nut, you want a good locking nut. So a good locking nut's going to be about $30. I think you could fix the guitar and put a decent bridge on it. If I was going to do it on a budget, I'd get a Goth locking nut for like $24, and I'd put a Music Lily Floyd Rose on it. And that's a budget build. And it would be fine. If you wanted to go with a little bit higher end, put a Goth bridge in it and a Goth nut, and it would be perfect for any guitar player. The Goth is good stuff.
Ted sent $10 towards the shipping
Oh, thank you, Ted.
to someone in need.
I see that. Well, if you have a suggestion on the person, Ted, leave down in the comment section, and I guess I should just let you guys decide who gets it. If you know somebody that needs it, you guys fight it out. I don't want to. If I make the decision and someone says, "Oh, this guy needed it more," you guys figure out if you know somebody, and I'll let you guys figure out what's best to do with it. I just know that it needs to go to somebody. I've got so many projects here, I don't need another one. So that's one that I'm willing just to give away, if that makes sense.
Devastator said if that's what you want to do, he said he'll take it and fix it and give it to his son.
Oh. You need one, Devastator? Devastator, if he needs a guitar and he can't afford one, then yeah, we'll do that. I'm all about it. I see we got Time Surfing Alien just come in. And he said, I'm loving it. Did my once over and then set it up. This is a gem. I'm assuming Time Surfing Alien got a new guitar. I'm kind of missing it.
I think he got a tease.
Got a P?
Tease.
Oh, a Tease guitar. So what do you think of the Tease guitar, Time Surfing Alien? You can get a viewer's point of view on Tease. I've never played a Tease, but I hear they're nice instruments. Got a Tease Telly. I've been thinking about maybe trying one. I hear a lot of good things about it. Oh, we got Nicholas. If you've been commenting, I just now saw that you're in the group. Good to see you. All right. Well, we've got a vote for Devastator's son that needs a guitar. So if anyone has anything against that, we'll get it up to Devastator and he can fix the guitar.
Yeah, everybody seems to say it's good with them.
Okay. We can do that. I will get it out this weekend, Mr. Devastator. No issues with that whatsoever. Channel's got to do something at this point. Occasionally, there was another guitar the channel did it at a big loss, the Firefly Telly. I did a real short, well, it was actually my shortest video. It was like 16 minutes long, and I sold that guitar at half price to a subscriber instead of returning it. The guitar showed up with a bad crack in the body, and I just said, who wants it? Make an offer. The body's cracked. He come up with $100, so so we've done that, but we've never actually given one away, so it'll be good. I'm good with that, guys. I got no issues with it. So is everybody okay with now I'm going to say live the review tomorrow night. If I say tomorrow night, that means I have to process it tonight and I will not be able to watch it. Okay? To make sure there's no problems in the video editing before I load it. Because I will have to,
Tomorrow or Saturday?
well, the only reason I'm saying tomorrow, I wanted everyone to have the opportunity to purchase the guitar. And I don't want to say, well, it'll make you guys want to watch it. It's a 2-hour review. So if you have ADHD, you're probably not going to be able to sit through a 2-hour review. But it's a $600 instrument, and I did find one high fret, only half the fret. So I fixed that one fret, and I put 9 to 42 D'Addario strings on it. Of course, I had to re-intonate the guitar. Since I was re-intonating it, Fender likes to set their bridge to 1/8 of an inch on the back, which is fine on some Fender bridges. This two-post bridge with the neck angle, it just wasn't working. So I reset the bridge to 1/16 off the body so you can still pull it. It's maybe a little bit more, but I did lower the back a little bit. This one, like I said, Fender spec is 1/8, but this one was over 1/8. It might have been 3/16 of an inch off the back. So when your hand went back, it felt like the bridge was at some kooky angle, which it was. So I reset the bridge, put new strings on it. I dressed the frets. Excuse me. And I polished out the back of the guitar, the back of the neck of the guitar. So there was a spot here and a spot up by the little round piece that I felt wasn't consistent. Well, if you guys know me, I can't leave anything alone. Okay? So I completely went over the neck with 1800 grit sandpaper and then polished the neck with compound. So this neck is like butter smooth, and it has the redressing on the neck, on the frets. And I fixed the only fret, and when I say it was out just a little bit, I didn't even, all I did was take some 1200 grit sandpaper, I went over the top of the fret, and I recrowned that fret from the low E over to basically the D. And then I had to go over all the frets at that point, because whenever you touch up one fret and you want a consistent feel, you should go back over all your frets. So I went over all the frets with the Dremel tool with red compound, then blue compound, so they're glass smooth. So the reason I was saying tomorrow night on it, I wanted to give you guys the opportunity, if you wanted the guitar and you were thinking about, hey, now you guys can probably hear me because the furnace finally cut off.
Pagor said, can't you break it up into like 3 videos or something?
I could, and Penagor, you're 100% right. I could do that. The drawback to doing that is it's a review, and you're always going to lose people. You're going to lose people no matter what. If you do a long video, you're going to lose them because they don't want to sit through a 2-hour video. If you do a short video, they may watch the first video. 50% of them might come back for the third, and then you're going to get about 20% of that 50 that come back for the fourth or the fifth. You'll notice your view count will steadily go down on anything past three videos. It's just what I found. Because people that have clicked on the first one and the second one, they get the gist of it. Okay? They're either into it or they're not into it. YouTube doesn't see it as whether they are, they see it as a click through. Not saying that's why clickbait titles are big. Even though you don't watch the video, if they clicked on it and just watched 30 seconds of it and then clicked off, YouTube goes, hey, I got their attention. People like it. YouTube doesn't care if they watch it or not. They just see that it got a click. So when you repeat the video, or they go, well, it's the same thing, he's just on this, I'll watch it later, and then they forget about it, usually your rate goes down on it. So I may start doing that, guys. I thought about this a bunch, just doing a YouTube review where you just grab the guitar, say it costs this, play a couple sounds, and then that's it. And then link an actual, I don't really even know if what I do to guitars would be considered a review. It's more of an inspection. Now, a lot of YouTube channels, I call them demo channels. That's really not a review either. They're just kind of demoing the guitar. So I've struggled with this for a while. But it's just what the channel does. I want to stick with the long format for right now. Does it work? It absolutely does not work. The long format on YouTube does not work. But I have subscribers that like that format. And I think people that have subscribed to this channel like that. So that's my niche. I'm the only YouTube channel, to my knowledge, on YouTube that really does the in-depth reviews like I do. So I kind of need to stick to that, if that makes sense. I was never worried about subscribers just, at the beginning, so I shouldn't be worried about subscribers now. Because whether I have 2,000 subscribers or if I wake up tomorrow and it doubles to 4,000, it's not going to matter, because what I see with YouTube and the analytics and to be able to make a living, I would need anywhere from 80,000 to 150,000 subscribers to even think about being able to do long format content and doing a video a week. And at that rate, I'm completely guessing. So I just need to do it as I was doing it, if that makes sense.
Oh my God.
Wow. I don't know. We'll have to talk to Linnell about that one. I'm sure the click-through rate would go through the roof, Jerry. Yeah, I can see that. So I'm not gonna be on too long tonight, guys, because I need to get back to editing the video. So this will be the shortest live stream in this channel's history. We're gonna probably just do 1 hour tonight, guys, because then I need to take about another hour and a half to finish editing tonight, and then I'm gonna hit process on VHDS, and hopefully by morning it'll be processed. I kind of doubt it. It probably won't finish processing till about 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. The next issue is I'd like to watch it first, and it usually takes YouTube about an hour and a half to 2 hours to upload a video like that. So even if I upload it, I don't think it'll get to HD quality by 8 p.m. So again, I'm in another catch-22. So I might push the video to Saturday just to make sure that the video does get on YouTube to HD. And that sometimes can take, once it's uploaded, sometimes that can take 2 hours to 6 hours for one of my long videos to completely format to HD. Standard definition will be available within 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I know I've gotten reviews. Oh my gosh, this thing's playing at like 340, resolution, and that's because YouTube was just. I had it set to where it posted right when it was done, and it just turned out to be a train wreck. So I want to try to keep everyone in mind. I got this much time in the video, so I don't want to rush it. And I say that because if you saw my last Firefly Les Paul review, there's a lot of editing problems, and I never did go back to finish that and fix it. I left the video up as it is, and it's still up with the tracking errors and the sync errors. There's actually a section of that video that it goes black. It's just because my computer is so slow, it can't process it. I can't watch it in real time as I process it. So the only way I can make sure that it's right, I have to process it to video format, watch it in Windows Media Player, and pray it's right. If it's not right, I got to reopen the editor, edit it, and then reprocess it, which takes a whole nother day if I find even one mistake that I need to fix. So I should probably say we should do it on Saturday for the review. And then if you all want to purchase the guitar, you could call them on Monday morning. Yeah, that's just how I want to do. I guess you guys are, I'm sitting here watching. You all are called Royal. It's silver, metallic, and purple burst. It was one sent to tees and red. So you guys are doing the tees. I haven't even went to their site. So someone educate me. If I remember correctly, all Tees Guitars is someone that imports a Chinese guitar over. He kind of dresses them up. He goes through, makes sure all the frets and everything's right, and then resells them. Is that how I'm understanding T's guitars, that it's basically like Firefly. He brings it in, he takes it out of the box, he double checks it, makes sure it's right, and then resells it. Is that how I'm understanding?
Daniel said, how many times have you seen 14 people watching and 14 likes?
Yeah, we've got a really dedicated crowd here, Daniel. And there's been other people. It's went up to about 19 on my end, and then people come and go. Most people think that I'm going to do a 2 or 3 hour live stream, so they come in for a couple minutes and they'll go, "Oh, Avery's going to be on for 3 hours again tonight. We'll come back." Well, tonight we're going to do a short one, so they'll have to go back if they're that interested. They'll have to come back and rewatch it. Yeah, Ted says that's what Tease does. So he's importing them in, unboxes them, and then makes sure they're 100% and resells them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Their Firefly, if I could figure out who their one vendor is, I would love to call that one vendor, the one that does the sandblasted finish tops. That's a good solid vendor. They make a good instrument at a budget price. Yeah, that's what I thought. They've never reached out to me or anything. So if Tease is here and he's listening, I would be curious to look at one of your guitars and review it.
Devastator said 4 hours is the new standard now, Avery.
Oh, I know. Our last stream was 4 hours, guys. So, again, everything this channel does is completely against the YouTube AI system. If you should do this to get viewers, this channel is going to do the exact opposite. We're just going to, I'm not one like that. When I get on YouTube, I wanted to do content that I didn't see on YouTube. I like the meat and potatoes. I like the community and the camaraderie of getting to know how a person thinks. And there's a couple I like anybody that works with their hands. And there's a couple channels I watch, like Metal Fabrication and stuff. And these guys are just, I'll call stupid good. But they go into detail. They show every little thing and they talk to you. They're not scared to teach you. And they talk about the equipment they use and where they cheat and where they don't cheat. And I'm into that. I'm into that long content. Their videos are an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes long. But they're showing you everything. They're not just going, "We're going to fix this." And then it's like when you watch the old episodes of This Old House. "We're going to do this," and they show you 5 minutes, and then they cut, and the wall's completely done. They didn't show you anything. So I like watching content that goes into it, and that's what I wanted to do in this channel. I wanted to be different in that aspect.
Jerry said he noticed this week that Harley Benton guitars went up by around $10.
Yeah, everyone, that's another thing. I didn't do a video on the tariff thing because it's just click stuff. This country was founded on tariffs. So Trump knows what he's doing. China's going to come to the table and let things balance out, and it's going to be fine. Are you going to pay more? Yeah, you need to pay more. I hate to say that. When I was 16, a decent guitar, I'm not talking about a great guitar, a decent guitar was $400. If you wanted a good guitar, that was $550 to $600 for a good guitar. I'm not saying great, I'm just saying a good guitar was $550, $600. That's what I paid for my father paid for my Ibanez Roadstar. And that was a low-end Ibanez. Now, they're cheaper than they were 30 years ago. That's crazy. It can't stay that way. That's why you're seeing amp companies, you're seeing guitar. All these companies are outsourcing, and the quality has just went on some cases. And nothing's different. I hate to say that. I've been reviewing a lot of guitars. And in reality, with today's manufacturing, it's either going to be a decent guitar or it's just going to be. And from what I've seen, the worst guitar company this channel has seen is Leo James. That company can't seem to build the same thing twice, period. They just can't. And when I say same thing twice, I've ordered the exact same guitar, and they were so weirdly different. I think I ordered two Tempests, and they both had the exact same problems, but one was a lot worse than the other one. But neither one of them were good. I ordered the epoxy top guitar. It didn't resonate well and sounded dead and bad frets. Then I ordered, the Richard James's guitar that he helped design. It sounded good, but the tuners were awful. And again, fretwork was substandard. Now I get on Amazon, they want $300 for that guitar. I'm not going to spend $300 for a guitar that has the issues that I've seen, unless I really start hearing people say they fixed the wobbly pickups, they fixed their low frets. I can deal with a couple high frets here or there. The problem with Leo James is they'll have low frets, and the only way to fix a low fret is you got to level the whole fretboard. I would rather have 7 high frets scattered all over the fretboard than have one low fret. Because the 7 frets, if I choose to, I can fix and repair. That one low fret, I got to do the whole guitar, whether I want to or not. That's just how I feel about it. Every Leo James I have ordered has had a low fret. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not the Monsoon. I can't remember if the Monsoon had a low fret or not. But it's just, they've been the worst. The headless guitar that I reviewed from them didn't even make it to the demo section. The guitar was unplayable out of the box. And I tried. I tried to fix it. And the only way to fix that guitar is I've got to take it apart downstairs. I just don't think it's worth fixing. I was going to recut the seat of the neck, where the neck fits into the pocket, and they've got it flat. I was going to put about a 1.5 degree pitch in it, so the neck would pitch back so I could kick the bridge up. I just don't. The neck is so poorly made, it's just not worth taking the time to fix. It's been sitting on the table down there. I can write my name on the top of it. There's so much dust on it. It's just not worth fixing. But in today's world, what I was getting with the tariffs, things are too cheap. I'm one to say I enjoy it because I've been able to buy more stuff. But in the same token, people need to be able to make a living. So I live about an hour and 15 minutes away from PRS. I could not work at PRS. I couldn't. If you buy Core guitars, I can't work at PRS. I know I could get a job there. If I went in and spoke to them, I'm sure they'd hire me. I'm local. I'm right here. Good tech, good luthier. I know wood. I know guitars. I could get a job there. But I can't make it on $25, $26, $27 an hour. I can't pay my bills. I can't. Where I live, if you don't make at minimum $40 an hour, you're going to live on the street. It's extremely expensive in Northern Virginia. When I say expensive, you can't buy a Porta-John and put it on a lot for less than $500,000. You just can't. In the town I'm in, probably the cheapest house you could buy and it'd be ready to fall over would be $200,000. And it would have some serious issues. It's just, you can't, I don't know why PRS built in Maryland. They built right outside of Washington, and the cost of living here is just ridiculous. It's the worst place to it's like building guitars in California. Why would you build guitars in California? With all the restrictions on lacquer and all the weird laws that they have, that's the worst state to build in. Maryland, again, that's a real wacky state. Bad state. They've got all kinds of restrictions on lacquer spray and wood particle dust. So I couldn't work there. I would love to work there, but they don't pay anything. And when I say that you might make 26, that's going to be for one of their top end guys. You better be their best guitar tech. From what I understand, the average pay is about 20 to 22. And you just can't live here and work there. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm just ranting. But I thought about it. And there were some other places that I thought about going to, but the money's not there. So hopefully some manufacturing will come back. Gibson's really the only one that hasn't sublet out their instruments. At all, well, Kiesel. Kiesel hasn't, and Gibson hasn't. How long will that be before they do? And everyone says, well, Gibson has Epiphone. They do. And, you know, the Epiphone is their import line. But Gibson doesn't have a budget imported Gibson. Fender does. Fender's been doing it for a long time. PRS does. They have an import. Kiesel does not. If some now when I say, well, James Tyler now has an import, so there's fewer and fewer. It gets down to, why would Paul Reed Smith want to make, by the time he pays Maryland taxes and the ridiculous cost of that plant where he built it, he might make $500 on a guitar, on a $4,000 or $5,000 guitar. Believe me, Maryland is stupid. Why do that and have all the employees when he can order an import and make $400 or $500 on that import and do nothing but store it? Once you get into that game, you stop worrying about the guys on the floor. It becomes about the company making money, and it's easier for them to make money with an import. You can turn a whole production line into storage for your imported guitars. It only takes 2 or 3 employees to pull guitars and ship them. It doesn't take 15 or 20 to manufacture them. So I know Paul Reed Smith has had good luck with them. I know the plant's grown over there, but we'll see. And he wants you to buy that import. That's why when he started the import line, the core price went up. He's pushing you to buy it. He wants you to buy it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these companies are like, sure, if you want to buy our custom core or Murphy's Lab, here you go. We'll sell it to you. Here's our price. If you want to pay that for it, knock yourself out. There it is. And they're probably like, what do we care? We're going to just raise this price to the point where we can. If you think about it, everyone says Gibson is expensive, and I do it too, guys. I say Gibson's expensive. But if you look at a Gibson guitar, about $3,000 now. You know, when I was 18 or 19, they were $1,500, something like that. So if you look at the cost of living and increase, I would actually say that Gibson is cheaper now than when it was in the 80s. It probably is. With the cost of living and the change, I would say Gibson is cheaper now than it was. And they claim the Gibson quality is back up. I don't know. So when I say we should pay more, that's what I mean by we should pay more. Because as much as we want cheap stuff, and I like cheap stuff too, you still have to put food on the table. Someone has to work at these places, okay? So they need to be able to make a living. I think I said this. When I put my RevStar on layaway at Shenandoah Music, Sweetwater had it on sale for about $70 less. I did not say anything to Shenandoah Music. I could have said, look guys, I can get it for $70 less at Sweetwater with free shipping. But I didn't. I want my local store to make it. That doesn't mean that I buy everything there. I order from Sweetwater too. But in this particular case, I went into the store And I knew that guitar normally sold for $550. They had it for $550. I didn't think twice. I put it on layaway. And I think it was that night or the following night, I just happened to go on Sweetwater. And I noticed they had it on sale for $479 or something like that. And I'm like, oh crap, I just literally put this guitar on layaway. Granted, I couldn't play at Sweetwater, so you got to trust they're going to send you a good one. I played the one at Shenandoah. I know it's a good one. But I didn't say anything to them. Why? I was able to go into the store, actually pick the guitar up and play it and make sure I liked it. That meant a lot to me. So, and I still haven't said anything to them. Because if I go to Sweetwater right now, that guitar is $550. They were just having a sale on it. So I have no issues with that whatsoever. I do that because those guys need to make a living. They're fronting out a tremendous amount of money. All that stuff in that store sitting there collecting dust and reordering when the stuff, it's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just in guitars. Not including all their keyboard stuff, all their drum stuff, all their sound reinforcement stuff, all their accessories, guitar stuff, just drum heads, you name it. I couldn't fathom just what's on the floor, more or less what's in the back that they've ordered for inventory. So I'm going to support them, if that makes sense, as much as I can. Now, not everything, like my 286 here, that come from Chuck Levins. So this Akai come from Sweetwater, wasn't it?
Yep.
The Akai MPC 61 come from Sweetwater. This guitar, no, this guitar come from Guitar Center. The Yellow Kramer come from Sweetwater. So I do kind of spin it around. That's just how I do it. Who's this? Oh, you're Jerry talking about Peavy? No, Devastator's talking about Amazon. I guarantee you. I don't need to look up. I've spoken to, he said Amazon was horrible. Yeah. I've heard horror stories about Amazon.
Devastator said that they have 5 Amazon warehouses in Little Rock and they're about to build another one.
Yeah, there's a tremendous Amazon right before the West Virginia line on the other side of Winchester. That freaking place is huge. It's so big when you go past it, it's like you're driving and the warehouse just keeps going and going and going and going. If they it looks like they put a beltway around this thing. It's a tremendous facility. I couldn't even imagine what the gas bill would be during the winter months to keep that size warehouse warm. Just fathom the electric bill and the gas bill that a building like that requires. It blows my mind. Every time I go by that building, I'm like, I get it. Amazon, one, they're cheap. Jerry's, they don't pay much, but they're cheap. But how, when you're at that price point, how do you move so much product to pay for that building and keep it heated like that? I know it works because that guy's making a boatload of money. But when you stop and you think about it, it's insane that they can move that much product to pay that much overhead. And I know they're saying, well, they don't pay much. I get it. But it's still an insane amount of overhead because they have to finance that building. All those trucks that are owned by Amazon, they're not leased. Maybe some of them are, but a lot of them are owned. The building payment, the electric, just the overall insurance for workers' comp for that many people. You got a warehouse. Once you do 2 or 3 claims, your workers' comp goes through the roof. Guarantee you their workers' comp is astronomical due to injuries. They're going to pay it. It takes 6 or 7 years without an injury before your general liability goes down. They've never make it that. Someone's going to run into something. Someone's going to break an arm. Someone's going to fall off a ladder. They'll never get out from underneath. So with all that cost, it's amazing that they're able to sell the products that they do at the price. That's what I'm saying. I think we're in for a reset. Just for that reason. We've gotten used to clicking on a button on the computer and expecting the product to be here in 2 or 3 days. I don't make that much money, but when I find someone that does something that they do well, I try to support that person. Whether it's a drywall guy, a painter, a tax guy, or a mechanic that works on my car, or whatever it is, I try to go to that individual that does good work. And if they come back with a price, I'm like, but I trust him. I know he does good work. I'm going to give him the work. And you can ask Linnell, I've always been like that because I work hard for a living, and I want people to show me the same respect, because when I put in all that effort at work and I do the best I can and I try to do things in a timely manner, it's nice when someone comes up to you and says, you did a really good job. You know, you did it on time and on budget. That makes you feel really good. Makes you feel like, one, you did quality work. Two, the person understands you did quality work and they were gracious enough to come to you and tell you that.
Jerry said, speaking of drywall, when we having the drywall party time finish the basement?
Jerry just poking that bee's nest, doesn't he? Jerry, this week I have spent every waking moment in front of my video editor, editing videos. And I need to get to it now, or we won't even get to that video on Saturday. But you can ask Linnell. I spend I'm going to say 95% of my hours that I'm awake, I am working. I don't watch TV. I don't, I'm at working on guitars, for clients, or I'm doing YouTube videos, which is also work. Very rarely do I get like free time. Go out and ride the motorcycle. And summer's coming. I want to go out and ride again. Everyone here knows that I'm a rider. I like riding motorcycles. So I definitely want to take some time and enjoy life.
Ted said calling it a night, get some rest, Avery.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, guys, Ted's got to go? Yep. All right, Ted. Send me an email on the other guitar. Thanks for coming in. You actually hung out quite a while. I appreciate that, buddy. It means a lot to me, man. But I want to take some time. I do music and I work on guitars because I enjoy it. When it becomes something that I don't enjoy, it's no longer what I feel in music. When I work on people's guitars, it's not just because I'm good at it. I know guitars because I play guitars. And when I work on something, you can watch some of my repair videos. I pick it up. I want to feel it. Does the instrument feel better? Is it talking to me? Does it feel, strange? You can set a guitar up and you think it's perfect. And then you set it down, you pick it up the next day, and you might get a different feel from it. So I don't do, on setups, I always like to let it set, and I come back to it. And I did that on the guitar review that's here. I set it up and brought it upstairs the next morning. I picked it up, and I felt something. I was like, I think I'm going to change this a little bit. And I took it downstairs, and I made a couple really quick changes, which again changed the intonation on those couple strings. So I re-intonated those couple strings, and as soon as I put it in my lap and I played it that time, I'm like, that's it, right there. And when I was working on it, sometimes you'll notice you're working on something and you don't notice the little changes. Sometimes you'll you'll get it better, and you'll make a little change and it gets a little worse, and then you try to get it back. Sometimes it's better just to step away. Take the guitar, set it down. Come back the next day with fresh eyes, a fresh pair of ears, and play it. See how your work has progressed, okay? Then if it still feels a little odd to you, then you know, yeah, you've got something that isn't gelling right with you. Go ahead and make a couple changes. Maybe take the guitar upstairs, play it for the day, the next day come back to it. When you pick that guitar up and you stop thinking about it, and it's the old saying, it's there, and it's just working, don't touch it. Don't sometimes you can work real hard to lose it, if that makes sense. There's a term for that. It's where you just keep going. I want that 1% more out of it. And you keep tweaking and you keep tweaking because you want that last little bit, and then poof, it's gone. You turned that one screw and now the whole thing just feels weird to you because you lost it. That's why I'm saying take baby steps. Pay attention to your pickup readings, pay attention to your string heights on your guitars, and you're eventually going to get a model that fits you. I know I like this action height at the 12th. I know that I like this string gauge. I know I want my intonation set to the 12th. No, I want my intonation set to an average. I want my intonation set to the 12th, but I want it on the flat side, not the sharp side. I like this type strings. I like nickel frets. I like stainless steel frets. I like maple fingerboards, or I like ebony fingerboards, or I like rosewood fingerboards. Eventually, you're going to have this little list of things. Like, these are all the things I like. And then you go hunting for the ultimate guitar that fits you. But you're never going to know that unless you start writing it down. I got this guitar and I'm bonding with it. Write down the fretboard radius. Write down everything I just spoke about. After 5 or 6 years of owning a couple different guitars, go back and look at that list. Anything that's the same on any of those lists, put on the second list. That's what you should be hunting for. A guitar that has that stuff in it, because you already know you like it, if that makes sense. And that's what I do. Like, I'm not a big blonde fingerboard guy. I'm really not. I'm more of an ebony and rosewood fingerboard playing guy. And I love this guitar. I love the way this guitar plays. I love my yellow one too. They play good. But there's just something about rosewood that I like just a little bit better. My favorite is ebony, and I don't know why. It's a piece of wood. And technically with jumbo frets, you're really, if you're playing right, that string isn't on the fretboard anyway. So what is it about the ebony that is making me like it more? It's not that I'm rubbing it, because you'd wear the finish off the ebony. So the string is riding between the frets. I'm not touching that ebony fingerboard. Is it something that's just in my head and I think it makes it sound better? Does it really sound better, or is it just in your head? That's why I say I like ebony. But I like this guitar too, and does that kind of make sense, guys? You ever stop and think about that? I mean, they talk about this, but in reality, you're not hitting that fret, unless it's a really worn down fret. Mostly on shred guitars, the string isn't hitting the fingerboard at all. It's floating between the frets. So the fretboard wood is technically out of the equation. It's not really, it might change the vibration in the body and the neck of the guitar. Maybe that's what it is. But as far as the feel, you shouldn't feel any difference. But in my little squirrel brain, if I play this one and then I play my Vandenberg, which is ebony, it just has a different feel on the neck. In both, I have some ebony guitars that have polished frets like this one. I just feels different. Even though it shouldn't feel different, if that makes sense. It really shouldn't. All right, guys, I hate to say it, but tonight is going to be a short one. I need to get back to editing the video so we actually have a review, because this is technically a review channel. Even though we've become more of a live stream channel, I definitely want to get this review done. So I want to thank everybody for staying, because I said we were going to do a review, and I want to again say I'm sorry. I've worked. I've worked so hard this week. I just I couldn't get it done. It was just too much for me to do. And I didn't want to rush it, and I didn't want to do something that I felt would be substandard. So if we do not have a release on Saturday, you know that I felt the video needed a little bit more work. Devastator did a Skype call with me the other night. Any questions about why it's taking so long? He has firsthand knowledge. I wanted someone to see what I see on my end and what I have to do. Someone that I can bounce. Hey, he knows, he's seen it. It takes a tremendous amount of work. I just want to make sure that it's good quality for you guys. I don't want to do something that's not right. And I approach that with every repair that comes in this house. The guitar does not leave here until I'm 100% sure that the work is 100%. And I'll call the people and say, I'm not really happy with it. Can I have the guitar a couple more days? I want to make sure it's right. My video content, my work, that's just how I am. I guess you'd call me a perfectionist, or anally retentive, or whatever they call it. But I'm very picky. And I think that's why the subscribers come here, because I am picky.
Max said, take it easy and relax.
Hey, that's a...
Max Server.
Yeah. If it's your first comment, man, thank you for joining the stream. We're trying to grow the stream and get more people coming in and chatting. It's really you guys in the chat that make the stream. I just kind of yak during it, and I reach over and I look. View this as the new music store. Everyone gets to know everybody, and we talk and we chat, we share ideas. That's the whole point in the live stream content. You guys teach me so much. Hopefully I teach you guys so much. We talk about stuff. In reality, this has really put new life in me as far as YouTube and music. I look forward to Thursdays and Saturdays just to have the conversation. And that's what it's about.
Kurt said, good night. You're doing great, Avery. Don't burn yourself out.
Yeah, I don't want to get that way. I really don't. And I think you can see it in content creators that get like that. I love music. And the day that YouTube pulls the fun out of me playing, that's the day that I'll say enough. Because I don't want to lose this. I've been playing for 30 some years, and I don't want to lose the love or feel that I have to do something. It's something that's a getaway, something that I can pour emotions into and I can enjoy. Just like riding my motorcycle. I get on the motorcycle to get out and be free, let the air hit me, even though I have a big, huge fairing that's designed for the air not to hit me. But it's the figure of speech. You get out on the road and that's biking. Music's the exact same way. You want to be able to plug that guitar in and just hear it sing to you. They're one and the same. So we have to enjoy life. And music is one of those things we're supposed to enjoy. All right, guys. Again, I'm going to hit the little trailer window at the end, and everyone can finish up their conversations. And I'll see you guys on... I got to look at the live stream here thing. Thursday night. Yeah. I want to make sure I hit the right button. So it'll go for 5 minutes. You guys can finish up your conversations. And if I haven't said it again, thanks for everyone that's hit the sub button. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please go down and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment. It actually does help YouTube push it out for other people to discover the channel. And I'll see you guys on Saturday night.